Sa day 2 ng confirmation of charges kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, kabilang sa mga inilatag ng prosekusyon, ang memo ni nooy PNP Chief Bato de la Rosa ukol sa Oplan Double Barrel at umano'y patagong reward system sa kada mapapatay na high-value target. Mula sa The Hague, nakatutok live si Mariz Umali. Mariz?
Mel, nagpapatuloy ngayong ikalawang araw o session day ng confirmation of charges hearing ng International Criminal Court ang submission on merit ng prosekusyon. Sumentro ito sa counts 2 at 3 ng kasong crimes against humanity na kinakaharap ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte.
Ngayong araw ay pinresenta ng prosekusyon ang basehan kung bakit dapat malitis si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa Count 2 at 3 na reklamong crimes against humanity of murder at attempted murder. Sa Count 2, sakop nito ang 5 insidente ng pagpatay nung panahong nakaupo na sa Malacanang si Duterte mula July 2016 hanggang July 2017. Tinukoy ng prosekusyon ang memo ni nooy PNP Chief Bato de la Rosa na Oplan Double Barrel para in-neutralize ang mga kriminal na ayon sa isang witness ay nangangahulugang patayin. Ang 14 na biktima ang mga tinawag na high-value targets dahil sa pagkakasangkot umano sa drug manufacturing o mga drug syndicates. Naroon daw sila sa isang listahan na tinawag na PRRD o Duterte List at marami raw sa listahan na patay.
This list was used by the police in their operations. And if you are in the list, you will be the subject for police operations. And most of the time, the people on the list are killed. So basically, the PRRD list is a dead list. And Mr. Duterte publicly paraded this PRRD list on multiple occasions.
Sabi ng prosekusyon, may patagong reward system o pabuya para sa mga pulis sa kada mapapatay nilang high-value target. Kasama raw nito ang pangako ni Duterte na poproteksyonan niya ang mga pulis at militar na magsasagawa ng mga pagpatay.
So that was Mr. Duterte's message to the military and to the police. Kill, whether or not your target pulls a gun, and I will protect you. And Your Honours, as we will now hear during the same speech, in case there was any doubt, Mr. Duterte made it very clear that this promise of protection related not only to lawful killings.
For as long as there is that power to pardon sa Konstitusyon, yan ang weapon ko against crime. Magmasakir kayo ng 100, 100 din kayo, edi pardon lahat Restored to full political and civil rights, plus a promotion to both.
Kasama sa mga pinaslang sina Rolando Espinoso Sr. at Raul Yap na pinatay habang nasa kustudiyan ng Leyte sa Provincial Jail sa Baybay City, Leyte.
Problema niya ay yung mayor ng Albuera. Mabuti, nakaabot siya doon kay Bato na pinahanap ko, shot on sight, parang aso.
Mr. Duterte had him tracked down like a dog. Rolando Espinosa was murdered while in detention in Leyte Provincial Jail, together with another man, Raul Yap. According to the PNP's official narrative of this incident, there was a shootout between Espinosa and Yap, and officers who attempted to serve search warrants on them while in prison. By contrast, the evidence demonstrates, as set out in paragraphs 107 to 110 of our brief, that these men were murdered in their prison cells in a coordinated operation involving various state agents. CCTV was disabled, guns were planted in their cells, rewards were paid. Both Mr. Espinosa and Mr. Yap were included in the PRRD list.
Pero hindi lamang high-value targets ang pinaslang. Marami rin daw sa mga lower-level criminals sa tinawag na barangay clearance operations. Sa ilalim ito ng Count 3 kung saan 43 ang na-murder at 3 ang attempted murder sa pagitan ng July 2016 at September 2018. Ang nakababahala, meron ditong mga bata gaya ni Kian de los Santos at 2 iba pa.
A 17-year-old child named Kian de los Santos was murdered in Caloocan. The police claimed that Kian de los Santos shot at them and they were forced to shoot him dead in self-defense. Another victim blamed for his death. As set out in our brief, paragraph 133, this account is contradicted by CCTV footage showing police dragging the child across the ground, and other evidence shows that after pleading for his life, he was shot twice in the head. And the next slide is a graphic image, Your Honours. In the course of these incidents, which occurred during 2018, on 2 separate occasions, the police detained a child aged around 14 or 15 years old. On each occasion, the police wrapped the child's head in packing tape so no one could hear them scream, and then strangled the child to death with wire. It's difficult to imagine a more terrifying end to 2 lives that had barely even begun. And these murdered children were then sold to funeral homes, who profited from their bodies.
Mr. Nichols spoke about how Mr. Duterte designed and disseminated the policy in this case.
Mel, mula sa court gallery kung saan tayo nakaupo ay nakita natin ang ilang mga kaanak ng mga biktima at nakita nga natin na sila ay naluha habang binabasa yung mga ebidensya. Kabilang sa mga nakita natin si Leory Pasco na namatayan ng 2 anak at si Shira Escudero na namatayan ng kapatid. Samantala, isinamitan naman ngayong araw ng defense panel ang isang request to waive rights para di na raw umattend si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa hearing ng review of detention sa Biyernes. Isinumiti rin ang ilang liham na pirmado ni Duterte kung saan sinabi niya na ipinaalam sa kanya ng mga abogado niya ang consequences kung di siya dadalo sa pagdinig. At yan ang pinakasariwang balita mula pa rin dito sa Media Center ng International Criminal Court. Balik sa Mel.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Marie Zumali.